My name's Cole Whitfield. I drive overnight for Pale County Search and Rescue, Ohio, out of the station off Route 9. I took the job because the divorce ate my savings, and night driving pays better than day driving, and because nobody else wanted the graveyard slot. The station's a converted volunteer fire hall from the 70s. Cinderblock, one space heater that only works if you kick it twice. I like that about it. Like that nobody asked questions about why a grown man wanted to sit alone in a truck from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. listening to a scanner. The pay's decent, the hours are quiet. Most nights it's exactly what it sounds like. Hunters who lost a trail, day hikers who didn't plan for how fast Ohio gets dark in November. I figured that's all it would ever be. 18 months in, I still take the job. I just don't take the radio calls the way I used to. Sam Delgado trained me. 22 years with SAR, a build like a fridge, hands that shook slightly from a coffee habit he never apologized for. First night, he sat me in the truck, reached into the glove box and pulled out a second radio. Not department issue, black tape over the serial number. You'll get 2 calls some nights, one on the department channel, one on this one. He set it on the dash between us, like it was something that might wake up. You answer the department channel every time. You do not answer this one, not once. Not if it says your name, not if it sounds like someone you know. I asked him why we even carried it. Because if you don't have it in the truck, it finds another way to talk to you. Better, it's on the dash where you can see it. There was a second rule. If the second radio ever gives coordinates, you write them down and you never drive there. Not that night, not ever. Sam said Pale County SAR had a map with 3 locations marked in red for exactly this reason. I laughed it off. Sam didn't. 3 weeks passed. Normal calls. A hunter with a broken ankle off Route 9. A couple of kids who wandered past the reservoir trail. Then, on a Tuesday, driving the fire road stretch past the county line, the second radio clicked on by itself. Static first, then breathing, then a voice, young, male, panicked. I'm off the trail. I don't know which way. I can hear water. It gave coordinates, clear as anything. I had my hand on the radio to respond before I remembered Sam's face when he said, "Don't." I set it back down. The voice kept talking, kept begging. It knew my name by the 3rd minute. I didn't answer. The department channel came on 10 minutes later. Real call, real hiker, off the reservoir trail, half a mile from where the second radio's coordinates would have sent me. I found him against a tree, hypothermic, shaking too hard to talk. I got the blanket around him, got him moving toward the truck. That's when I smelled it. Not him, the air around him. Cold, sure, November cold, but underneath that, something sweet and wrong, like fruit left too long in a hot car. It didn't belong out there. It was gone by the time we hit the truck's heater vents, and the hiker never mentioned it, and I never asked. Some things you don't put a name to, you just remember the smell for later. If I chased the fake coordinates instead, I'd be 40 minutes in the wrong direction when the real call came in. He wouldn't have made it. That was the first time I understood what Randy Burke must have felt. Randy drove this route before me. Sam mentioned him exactly once, said Randy answered the second radio on his 4th month, drove out to the coordinates it gave him, and was never found. Not his truck, not his body. The department listed it as a resignation. Sam knew better. Sam kept the black tape on. After the hiker, I started paying attention to the small things. The second radio's antenna, which never moved on its own, except twice I found it angled a few degrees different than I'd left it, like something had turned it toward a direction it wanted me driving. The station logbook, which had a gap in it. 3 weeks, no entries, right around the month Sam said Randy disappeared. When I asked the day shift dispatcher about it, she said the book got water damage that year and they just started a new one. She said it fast, the way people say things they've said before and don't like saying. I asked Sam once if he'd ever driven to the coordinates, just to see. He didn't answer for a long time, long enough that I figured he wasn't going to. Then he said, once, early on, before I knew any better. He didn't tell me what he found. He told me it was the only time in 22 years he'd called in sick the next day, and the only time he'd ever cried in that truck. I stopped asking after that. 2 months later, I broke the second rule instead of the first. Real call, teenage girl missing off the ridge trail, A real search. 40 volunteers, department channels screaming coordinates all night. Her mother's voice was on the scanner too at one point, before dispatch cut her off. I was close as unit. I drove hard, cut the fire road early to save time, because every minute counts on a call like that, and I knew it. The truck's heater was going full blast, and I still felt cold the second I hit that stretch of road. Trees closer together than they should have been, like the road had narrowed since the last time I drove it. I told myself it was adrenaline. The second radio clicked on as I turned onto that stretch. Same young voice, except this time it wasn't asking for help. It was warning me. Don't take the fire road. The bridge is out. Go around. I almost didn't listen. Everything in me said this thing lies. This thing wants me off the department channel, wants me distracted, wants me somewhere I shouldn't be. But there was something in how it said it. Tired. Not hunting. Just tired, like it had watched this exact 5 minutes happen before and was sick of how it ended. I went around. The bridge was out, washed through from runoff 2 counties over. Nobody radioed it in yet. If I'd taken the fire road at the speed I was driving, I'd have gone through the guardrail into the ravine. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know why it lied to Randy Burke and told the truth to me. Sam says it's not consistent. Says maybe it gets bored. Says maybe, once in a while, it likes to watch you live instead of watching you drive off a bridge, just to see what you do with it. I made it to the Ridge Trail 40 minutes later. We found the girl. She was fine. I still drive the overnight shift. I still keep the second radio in the glove box, black tape over the serial number, exactly where Sam put it 18 months ago. It hasn't spoken since the bridge, not once. Some nights I catch myself listening for it anyway. Half hoping, half dreading that voice again, the one that knew my name before I ever gave it. They rebuilt the bridge that spring. County crew, standard repair, nothing strange about it on paper. I drove past it a week after they reopened it, and I still slowed down without meaning to. Sam retired that same spring. Before he left, he sat me down in the station with the space heater going and told me there's a 4th rule nobody wrote down. Said I'd figure it out eventually, same as he did. Said it has to do with the gate at the end of the fire road past where the bridge used to be, the one marked private, no trespassing that predates the county by 60 years. He wouldn't say more than that, just told me to remember the gates there and to remember that some roads are marked private for a reason that's got nothing to do with property lines. I haven't driven past that gate yet. I don't plan to, but I've got a feeling that's not really up to me. The second radio's still in the glove box. Some nights, right around 3 a.m., I swear the static changes just for a second, like it's about to say something. I haven't figured out yet if I want it to.